Mga kapamilya, it is a great day for some volleyball action at kahit medyo maulan, tuloy na tuloy pa din ang volleyball weekend natin dito sa Phil Oil Flying V Center sa lungsod ng San Juan. You can see our players getting ready for the matchup that we have today. Of course, this is ABS-CBN Sports and Action's live and exclusive coverage of the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. Now, to start off our Sunday doubleheader, we got the Navy Lady Oragons taking on the Perlas Spikers. At mamaya naman maglalaban ng Air Force Lady Warriors at ang Tacloban Fighting Warais. Ang lahat ng ito ay mapapanood ninyo on SNA HD, Liga HD, TFC at via live streaming on the Philippines' #1 sports website. Yan po ang sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/PVL. Magandang hapon po mga kapamilya. Ako po si Billy Capistrano. At kasama ko ngayon, syempre, ang tagal ko na siyang hindi nakakatrabaho, ang ating UAAP Commissioner na si Miss Noreen Go. Kamusta ka naman, Noreen?
I'm good. I'm so excited to work with you girls.
Definitely. And completing our trio, we have the very beautiful panel at large. Syempre. Very beautiful panel at large na si Miss Denise Densay. How are you, Denise?
Thank you, Billy. You're also looking very pretty today.
Makeup lang yan.
Makeup lang yun.
Anyway, you guys, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup today. We got two teams at the bottom of the standings still trying to find their fire here in the Reinforced Conference.
Yeah, I think it's a battle of redemption because they want to prove themselves in this conference.
Kaya, handa na ba kayo?
Handa na.
Handa na po kami dito at sana handa na rin kayo. Kaya simulan na natin ang saya. Tara, game!
It's day 13 of the PVL Reinforced Conference, and here we have the Lady Oragons versus the Perlas Spikers. And of course, talking to them kanina, sabi talaga ng Lady Oragons, the one thing that they have to work on is their chemistry as a team. And while the chemistry is what they're working on, for the Perlas Spikers naman, it's consistency. So you're right, Billy kanina, it's really going to be an interesting matchup ngayong hapon na ito.
Thank you for that, Denise. Now, Noreen, you know, yan nga ang sitwasyon ng ating dalawang koponan coming into this game. Given these circumstances and the previous games we had yesterday, kamusta naman ang ating tournament standings?
Well, if we show them the tournament standings, you'll see that they're at the bottom. But again, we gotta mention that format, no? The top two will advance, and then single round robin back to 0, and then the top two will advance. So all the teams still have their chances. You can see Cool Smashers 4-1, High Flyers, Fierce Water Defenders 3-2, Angels, Air Force Lady Warriors, Tacloban Fighting Warais 3-3, and we were talking about today's match for the Spikers 2-4 and the Navy Lady Oragons with 1-4.
Tama ka dyan. Thank you for that. And of course, we will see how, you know, things will get shaken up, kung paano magbabago ang events natin dito sa Reinforced Conference after the games today and after the elimination round. Now, Denise, I know that dito sa PVL, hindi lang yung mga players yung kinikilala natin, pati na rin yung mga tao behind the scenes.
Of course, and let's get to know more about your PVL Iriga team owner, si Mayor Madel Alfilor. So let's watch this video.
Nagbabalik ngayong PVL Reinforced Conference ang much-improved team ng Lady Oragons. Salamat sa patuloy na paggabay ng long-time sports patron na si Mayor Madeleine Alfilor ng Iriga City. Iriga City is a fourth-class city found in the province of Camarines Sur.
Our city way back 2004, parang sleeping giant, parang stagnated for a while because first, we are landlocked. So what we did was a massive planning. We used to earn 12 million annually, and now we're earning 100+ million pesos. Next year, you will see the new gym, and hopefully yung PVL dito din. So we have several tourist destinations also.
Aside from the rich agricultural sector, historical sites, and other natural wonders, Iriga also takes pride in their people.
A character city kami in a way that we tend to remind everyone of the good values. Gusto namin sana na-instill sa mga kabataan na there's really hope, there's an opportunity out there. But you just have to work hard for it. You know, you have to dream high, dream big. After all, it's for free. Yun ang nangyari sa mag dancer namin. We competed last year in Japan. It was an international competition and we won. I'm really into sports. Pero love na love ko talaga volleyball. It get to the point na na-organize ko halos lahat, LGU, and then nakikita ko yung mga kabataan na they are really very much interested sa volleyball. Sabi ko, buti na lang, there are vehicles like PVL na pwede pala na makilala ka din national, pwede pala, and there's more to that.
Tiwala si Mayor Alfilor sa kakayanan ng Lady Oragons.
Sabi ko sa kanila, dream big because everything is a continuous learning process. You have to quench for more knowledge kasi libre naman mangarap.
At asahan ang patuloy na pagsuporta niya sa kapunan. Ano man ang maging kahinatnan ng Team Iriga dito sa Liga.
First, I would like to congratulate PVL for this. Binigyan nyo ng pag-asa ang mga kabataan. At kami din, na may vehicle kami na pwede naming ipagyabang sa mga bata na ito, pwede pala to. You get to know what is your self-worth.
And of course, gusto talaga natin magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa PVL. And speaking of support, mga kapamilya, continue to show your support by tweeting us at ABS-CBN Sports with the hashtag PVL on ABS-CBN. And check out our exclusive photos on our Instagram at ABS-CBN Sports. And of course, to keep up to date on all things Premier Volleyball League, interviews, news schedules, lahat-lahat na, just check it out on the Philippines' #1 sports website, sports.abs-cbn.com. And of course, we also have our mobile photo booth na pag nandito kayo sa game. And of course, you can take pictures with your favorite volleyball idols. At Billy, meron tayong star cam.
Ayan, pero tignan muna natin itong photo booth. Ako, ang galing gumiling ng players ng Lady Oragons. Kaya ba natin yan, Miss Noreen?
Ako matandaan na ako, ewan ko sa inyo.
Feeling ko mamaya try natin yan.
Sige.
Sabi nga ni Denise, we have a very special feature here on SNA. Yan nga ang ating star cam. So, yung very special for our live streamers dahil you can just tweet kung sino yung gusto nyong tignan the whole game or buong set. Yan nga, makikita nyo si Kuya Sue Roses of the Perlas Spikers. We got her featured on our StarCam. All you gotta do is tweet that player's name at ABS-CBN Sports at huwag kalimutan ng hashtag na StarCam at PVL on ABS-CBN. Now, Denise, alam ko madami ka pang gagawin. I saw you writing on your notebook kanina. Alam ko madami ka pang i-interview na players, but we will see you again later. Pero mga kapamilya, kami po ni Miss Noreen, dito lang kami. Dahil sa aming pagbabalik, hihimayin pa namin ang dalawang koponan na maglalaban mamaya. Ito po ang Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference dito lamang sa SNA. We're back and you're still watching the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference here on SNA. You are with me, Billy Capistrano, and Noreen Go, and you can see on your screens protocol muna bago magsimula ang game, a show of sportsmanship for both our teams. And of course, hindi lang kami ni Noreen ang kasama nyo dahil we have a very special guest with us today. And I'm pretty sure that you guys all know her. She's been doing so well here in our Reinforced Conference. One of our best imports from the Perlas Spikers, we got Kia Bright. Hi, Kia.
Hello.
How are you today? You look great. You look happy after that win against the High Flyers.
Up and about.
Very well needed, right on time.
All right, now let's get on to the questions. I just want to ask, and we all want to ask, you're coming into this game having just won against the High Flyers. It was a well-earned win. You guys fought it out, 5-setter game. Now, what did you do right in that game that you weren't able to do in your previous games?
I felt like we honestly just fought back. Again, every team is going to come at us hard. No one's going to roll over and just kind of give us a win. I feel like we finally just accepted it and went out there, even though we were down those first 2 games, we just kept fighting no matter what, and in the end, it got us the win. So again, I'm just so proud of them. That's something we've been focusing on in practice, is urgency, and it finally showed up in the game.
So what can we expect for today's game against your opponents?
The game plan is the same. Go out there again and just handle our side of the net. That's all we can do first and foremost. And again, they're going to play their game, but we don't want to get too frazzled with what they're doing. We want to handle our side because we know the losses that we've had have been because of our own errors and not necessarily the other team. So again, everyone's going to come out here and give it their all. There's no bad team in this league. Everyone wants it. Everyone has heart. So we have to go out there and match that fight.
So can you say that you're already, pretty much gelled with your team, even if you just won 2 games, but your last game was pretty big. So can you say that you're pretty much coming together already, coming to the last part of this tournament?
For sure. Again, although we lost those games, we still learned so much from them as a team as a whole, and it kind of made us have more accountability for our actions, and we had to lean on one another when one of us was weak, and also just own up to our own mistakes. So again, it taught us a lot. It wasn't chosen to have that losing streak, but again, we bounced back from that, and hopefully we continue that streak today.
Well, thank you so much, Kio. We can't wait to see what you guys have in store for us today. We want to see your heart and for you to play the best that you can, and good luck in this game against the Lady Oragons.
Thank you so much.
All right, now, Noreen, pinag-usapan nga ni Kia yung game niya, the previous game against the High Flyers. And up until that point, it has been an uphill time for the Perlas Spikers. Pwede nating tawaging upset yon, yung game na yon, based purely on the standings. But we were talking about it a while ago. Now, if you look at the composition of the Perlas Spikers, they have very formidable players, solid players. And so it shouldn't come as a surprise that they won that game.
That's true. When we look up at the lineup, you said it. That's a perfect word. Formidable. But I guess what they're really lacking is the consistency. As Denise said earlier, the consistency will be key. If you look at that game, actually I covered that game. It was a 5-setter. The first 2 sets really went the way of the High Flyers. But that's what Kia said, no? They bounced back. That's what's important. So in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, that was when she actually performed well. Because in the first 2 sets, I remember she just scored 6 points. But she ended, 25 or something. 25 points, right? So, that's what they have to learn from their previous game. And hopefully, in their next games, that's what they can bring.
Ayun nga, si Kia Bright in that game, she had 25 points and 22 digs, not only becoming an offensive threat for her team, but a defensive threat as well.
That's true. She's showing us she's an all-around player. That's why they're here. The imports are here to actually raise the level of play for us and even for the viewers. So she's doing it pretty well, maybe slowly but surely, but better late than never.
All right, so we will see if the Perlas Spikers have what it takes to continue that winning streak, to get their momentum back. At sa aming pagbabalik naman, punta naman tayo sa kabilang panig. We will talk about the Lady Oragons. Ito po ang Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference right here on SNA. We're back and you're still watching the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference right here on SNA. Of course, you are with me, Billy Capistrano, and Noreen Go. As you can see on your screens, our players getting ready for the fight that they have today. Got the Lady Oragons going face-to-face with the Perlas Spikers. At syempre, parang kanina lang, hindi kaming dalawa lang ni Miss Noreen ang nandito. We got a very special guest joining our panel today, and she is Hezi Acuña from the Lady Oragons. Kumusta ka naman, Hezi?
Okay lang.
So let's go straight to the questions. Alam mo, Hezi, looking at the standings, you guys are now at 1-4. 1 win, 4 losses. Magaling kayong players, you are a great team. Pero ano naman sa tingin mo yung weak points sa team ninyo kaya hindi kayo nakaka-experience ng mga panalo late?
Siguro nagkukulang lang kami ngayon ng communication. Pero ngayon, pinaghandaan namin to para manalo kami para sa second win namin.
Well, tinitingnan namin yung point performance ng locals, no? And mukhang very low. Tingin mo na masyado kayo nagre-rely sa imports to a fault na parang the focus always is on the imports to score. Tapos yung mga locals not so much. You think that's a fault already sa inyo?
Siguro. This time siguro kailangan naming mag-contribute mga locals para may panalo nga namin yung games namin.
So, what can we expect for today's game? Siyempre, gusto nyo manalo. So, anong energy na ilalabas in today's game?
Siguro, all out kami ngayon. Lahat ng love sets namin, pinag-ensayuhan namin para lang sa game na to.
Alright, thank you so much, Hezi, and good luck sa laro na ito. We can't wait to watch you guys play.
Thanks.
So, good luck and kita-kita tayo mamaya.
Thank you.
Alright, so Nareen, napag-usapan nga natin kanina with Hezi, yung nabanggit mo, yung imports. You know, they rely heavily on the imports. In fact, in their previous game, only the imports scored 33 combined points. No other local scored more than 3 points. Si Hezi na yung nag-top score for them with 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's alarming for me because it is a team event. Although a lot of teams do rely a lot on the imports to score 20, hopefully 30 points. So, but of course, the locals have to really contribute as well. That's why it's a team sport. 5 points, pretty good, but I think they need more output from the locals.
Now let's talk about that game against the Tacloban Fighting Warais. If you look at the sets, the Tacloban Fighting Warais beat them in 3 straight sets. Not even a chance here for the Lady Oragons.
Yeah, but 3 straight sets. Pero when you look at the score naman, it's pretty decent, no? 25-20, 25-22, 27-25. So it goes to show that they are improving, they're fighting. But they really have to focus also on their end game. We always say that, it's how you close a match. It's not really how you start. Sometimes you start slow. It's how you close the match that's important. And then hopefully in today's game, they'll put that into practice.
So titignan natin, will it be a story of teamwork here for the Lady Oragons? Dahil nga with imports there, kailangan na ma-encourage pa yung mga local players to up their game and to improve every single game. So that's we'll see how this game will pan out for the Lady Oragons. Ngayon mga kapamilya, we want you to join us here dito sa PVL. If you have any comments or suggestions, questions for me or Miss Noreen, i-tweet nyo lang kami at ABS-CBN Sports gamit ang hashtag na PVL on ABS-CBN. Please also do check out our Instagram page, that's at ABS-CBN Sports. At if you want the latest news on everything volleyball or sports, go to the #1 sports website dito sa Pilipinas. Yan ang PremYearVolleyballLeague.com. And don't forget about our Facebook page na hindi ko alam kung 1 million likes na ba to. Dahil lagi nila sinasabi na 1 million likes daw. I-check na natin kung 1 million likes na nga. That is at Premier Volleyball League on Facebook. And of course, we got that Ronda Cam here and our photo booth na kung gusto nyong ipakita yung mga dance moves nyo, pumunta lang kayo dito. And don't forget, especially our Star Cam, that is a feature on our live stream kung saan pwede nyong i-feature yung mga favorite nyong players. Just tweet us their name at ABS-CBN Sports using the hashtag StarCam and PVL on ABS-CBN. At wag natin kalimutan, bringing life here to the Philoil Flying V Center. We got DJ Tronics. Mamaya makikita nyo kami ni Mr. Reed. Sasayaw-sayaw na rin kami ng contest sa sidelines. Magpapa-request naman kami ng mga songs. And I think we are locked, loaded, and ready to go here in the PVL. Sa aming pagbabalik, it is the matchup sa pagitan ng Perlas Spikers at ng Lady Oragons. Ito po ang Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference dito lamang sa SNA.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bob Malena, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. Yul Benosa, International Referee. Let's call our starting lineup from our Lady Oragons of the Philippine Navy Iriga team. Team captain is number 7, Graziel Bombita. 5, Janet Serafica. Number 6, Angela Kim. Number 9, Seaman Second Class, Hezime Acuna. Number 12, from the USA, foreign guest player, Macy Uben. Number 13, from the USA, foreign guest player, Lauren White. Libero. Number 15, Mary Jane Tikar. Head coach, Petty Officer 3, Edgardo Egay Rusi. Presenting our BanKo-Perlas Spikers. Number 10, foreign guest player from Thailand, Jotarat Montrepila. Number 11, Mary Joy Dacoron. Number 12, Jamanea Ferrer. Number 15, from the USA, foreign guest player, Lakia Bright. Number 16, Rongo Mai Papa, Amy Ahomiro. And number 19, Nicole at Tiamzon. Libero, number 7, Maria Giselle Jessica Tan. Head coach, Mr. Ariel Dong de la Cruz. This is match number 25.
Kami po ay nagbabalik dito sa Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference on SNA. And as you can see, we got the starters for both teams. Sa side ng Perlas Spikers, we got Bright, Ahomiro, Montrepilla, Ferrer, Dacoron, Chamzon, and their libero, Giselle Tan.
Yeah, when you look at the starting lineup, it's pretty much the same, no, for both teams. And the other side is pretty much the same. So it's interesting talaga today that they're going head to head, with their starting six.
So initial thoughts for this game, Nari?
Well, again, I said it earlier, na it's a battle of redemption, I think, for both of them, because you want to get some sort of momentum. Perlas, you already have one win, you want to build on that. But for the Lady Oragons, you want to get, another win and hopefully try to build your own momentum.
So titignan natin which of these two teams will come out victorious in this game. Amy Ahomiro, and that is a first point here for the Perlas Spikers, care of former Ateneo Lady Eagle Amy Ahomiro.
Yeah, just finding that hole in the back of the court, the Lady Oragons. And we gotta mention also, ito si Nicole Tiamzon played so well in that fifth set win.
Galing niya in that game that you covered.
That's why she's starting today.
Then Ferrer, pupunta kay Jotarat Montrepilla, who is the number 1 scorer here in our league. Kia Bright at number 3. And that is another point here for the Perlas Spikers.
And so obviously, if you have a number 1 scorer in Montrepilla, and then you have Bright has to actually play the way she did against the High Flyers. So if she can score like 25 points to help out Montrepilla, then that's going to look good. Things are going to look good for the Perlas.
25 points and 22 digs. Even outdigging si Ella de Jesus del libero.
She was a workhorse really in that game.
Montrepilla for the serve. Serafica. White. Then Ferrer pipiligan si Kia Bright. Kia Bright favorite spot. She gets that one to go for Las Spikers. Early lead, 4 points.
Yeah, tough angle there. But she's able to find that line there. That's what's nice about Kia Bright. That she's very good.
She really is. And athletic.
No, that's a given.
There we go. Finally a point here for the Lady Oragons, care of Lauren White.
And the Lady Oragons, obviously, their first options are the imports. And, just fitting, no? But again, we kept saying in the pregame, the locals have really got to contribute.
And bakit ganon, Miss Noreen? Because I said also a while ago in that pregame, usually, if we have imports in your team, di ba gaganahan ka i-improve yung laro mo?
Yeah, but the thing is, the problem is, obviously the setter, kung hindi ka bigyan, if you're not given a set, how will you contribute? So, I think the key also is for the setters to realize that I can give it to, let's say, Hezime Acuna, or the Bombita. You gotta just try to distribute it a bit, but of course, heavily pa rin on your imports.
You gotta trust your teammates, your local teammates. And back to this game. Perlas Spikers now at 6, Lady Oragons at 2. We got Angela Kim, Jello Kim, serving for the girls in white. Then Ferrer back set. Para kay Dacoron.
Oh, good save.
Buhay pa rin ang bola. And found that hole and capitalized on it. Another point here for the Lady Oragons.
A scrappy defense there for the Perlas Spikers. And they will get that point no matter what. Talking about the Lady Oragons.
Yellow Kim continuing to serve here for the Lady Oragons. Montrepilla, Jem Ferrer, pupunta kay Kia Bright. And of course, Kia Bright shining bright here for the Perlas Spikers. First set pa lang, nagpapakitang lakas na.
Which is a good sign because in that previous game, she had a really slow first 2 sets. So if she can start strong, that's, again, things are looking good for her.
Talking to her in that pregame, parang ang daming energy ni Kia. She's excited for this game. That can be the spark of momentum here for her team as we go to our first technical timeout. Magbabalik po ang PVL Reinforced Conference right here on SNA. Kami po ay nagbabalik dito sa Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference on SNA. Billy Capistrano with Noreen Go. Ito pa rin ang laro sa pagitan ng Perlas Spikers at Lady Oragons. And Noreen, let's talk about that matchup between the Tacloban Fighting Orions and the Navy Lady Oragons last May 30, 2018.
Yeah, the irony of it all, if you look at the numbers, they led in terms of spikes. So 41-36, they trailed blocking by 3. And they gave up more aces, 9-5, no? So, but obviously, you know, if you lead in terms of spikes, you can convert. So your reception must be okay. So obviously, when we were saying that the scores were close, they just need to try to close out the game. These are the numbers to really do.
And of course, they need help from their local players. We can't stress it enough. Shocking numbers from that game. Now, bago ang lahat, syempre, punta muna tayo kay Denise Tensay for her report. What's up, Denise?
Ang biggest regret ni Grazel Bombita ay nung hindi siya pinayagan ng kanyang tatay na maglaro ng college volleyball sa Manila. Pero sabi nga ni Grazel na ito ay isang dream come true, na ala Cinderella story ang kanyang kwento. Dahil sino ang naging kanyang fairy godmother? Well, si Mayor Madel na naging susi para makamit ang kanyang mga pangarap. Kaya ngayon, nagiging inspirasyon ng leader ng Lady Oragons ang mga sumusuporta sa kanya. Billy and Noreen.
Thank you for that, Denise. I actually read up on that yesterday. There was an article that I read about Grace Bombita na dream talaga niya ay maglaro dito sa Manila. Especially in college, she was recruited by, I think, Ateneo, LaSalle, and USC, pero hindi siya pinayagan ng tatay niya. Heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. So, you know, we're happy for her that at least with PVL, she gets the opportunity to really do what she loves to do, which is to play volleyball.
Of course, she's also been a big name already here in Metro Manila, having played many seasons for the V-League.
Yeah, actually, I remember covering her, you know, a couple of seasons ago, and like, it's like, who is she? I mean, where did she come from? Yeah, and she, you know, we saw her, you know, volleyball IQ is high, athleticism, so it's like, it was a very great surprise for the fans and the viewers.
Well, she definitely peaked at the right moment, and we're so happy na itong Lady Oragons are here with us in the PVL. And speaking of Grace Bombita, here she is serving for the Navy Lady Oragons, who are at 5, Perlas Spikers at 11. Then Ferrer to Dacoron. Ball still alive. De Jesus. Ferrer once again, pupunta naman kay Montrepilla.
Oh, good dig.
Here comes White. Tamaan ng konti, pero buhay ang bola. They toss it to the other side. Dacoron. Jem Ferrer, balik kay Kia Bright. Jem Ferrer once again, Montrepilla.
Oh, great. Great. Oh!
Sayang lang yun, but great defense on both sides.
Yeah, actually, it was a good rally. The longest so far. No, sayang. It's actually at the climactic ending to a beautiful rally.
And a timeout here for the Lady Oragons.
Maganda receive. Hindi tayo makatake ng maganda. Sa servicean tayo, re-receive natin ng pangit. Over lang tayo ng over, pero pagka binalag, di natin makuha. Kailangan mag-establish tayo maganda receive muna. First ball. Ano nangyari sa atin? Go, go.
Coach Egay Rusit stressing the importance of that first ball yung receive daw yung nakukulangan sa kanila.
Oh yeah, obviously, like right now, we're not really feeling the presence of the imports. We have White and Uben, and you the score's already 12-5, and we haven't really mentioned their names. So obviously, yeah, it's important to have that first ball so you can set your place.
And a while ago, mga kapamilya, you saw on your screens, Bea Tan, of course, former Lady Eagle, supporting the Perlas Spikers. Ball still alive here for the Perlas Spikers.
Yeah, good save.
Rafika to Acuna. But check ball.
Yep, she hits it off the blockers, but that's good anticipation there of that tip by Ahumiro.
So mukhang tuloy ng nakalamang itong Perlas Spikers early on here in set number 1. They look like they're in good condition coming into this game.
Yeah, I think that previous win really changed their aura coming into the game. And we felt it, even you said it nga, during that interview.
Kia parang
Yeah.
Hold on.
She had a different aura around her. It was nice.
Right, that's right.
The past few games, prior to the one against the High Flyers, medyo nakikita mo yung frustration. Kasi nga, they are good players individually. And that's why you're wondering why it wasn't working out.
And even their fans are probably wondering why it wasn't working out.
We can't wait to see them in tip-top shape once again. Rafika, great play. And a point here for the Lady Oragons. They stopped that bleeding, now down by 4 points, 8-12.
Yeah, that was classic Janet Serafika for you. For those who followed her career, she was one of the best at that, the second ball tip, no? Obviously, the younger ones in the Perlas Spikers don't really know her that well yet.
Amy Ahumiro. And another point here for the Perlas Spikers. Lack of communication on the side of the Lady Oragons.
Yeah, the effort is there. It's just how they actually finish them, diba? I mean, that second ball save could have been a set already, but implementation.
White. Tamzon nandoon. Je Ferrer. Kia Bright. At parang tamaan ng konti doon si Grace Bombita. And here comes the Perlas Spikers, just raring to go here in this game. Galit na galit.
Yeah, but that slow-mo is a good example of how Kia Bright changes up her hits. Meron lang siyang top spin. It's not all power, and that actually caught Bombita off guard. She was expecting a strong spike, but she just kind of hit it over, and we got the point.
Magaling magtimpla itong si Kia Bright, definitely. All-around player.
It's him.
Jesus tosses it to the other side. Serafika to Lauren White. That is off the block here for our import.
Yeah, they'll need more of that from the imports right now. They've got to get them going, get them more involved. But again, as Coach Lucid would say, really the first ball is the key.
So depensa ang kulang dito sa Lady Oragons. But that was a good try there. Hindi lang yun nga yung sasabi mo, hindi lang nila natatapos. The effort is there. We can clearly see that. Running around that court, trying to save that ball, but just can't get it to the other side.
Yeah, Picard doing a really good job manning the backcourt. But again, the teammates have got to realize we need to support with one good dig, even though it's not the perfect dig, it's still a dig. And, we can keep it alive.
And yun nga, isang service error on the part of the Perlas Spikers. Gives a chance here for the Navy Lady Oragons. 4 points ang lamang ng Perlas Spikers. Defrer, Amy Ahumiro.
Net touch.
That is a net touch violation called on the Lady Oragons. Another point here for the Perlas Spikers as we go to our second technical timeout of the first set. Magbabalik po ang PVL Reinforced Conference on SNA. We're back here on the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference on SNA. And one of the star imports of the Navy Lady Oragons, of course, Macy Yuben. Macy makes it happen every single game. In that game against the Tacloban Fighting Orais, Noreen, she scored a team high of 20 points.
Yeah, which is why we're saying, I mean, so far today's game is a bit silent. Again, because of defense like that. But yeah, she is still the bright spot for the Lady Oragons. 20 points is a decent output for an import, but they're hoping for at least 20 or more in today's game against Perlas.
I watched her preseason interview na ginawa natin dito sa SNA, and I remember her saying that she hates losing down. I'm a very I'm a very competitive person. I'm very chill, but I hate losing, and that's what I don't want to happen. I think here in the PVL, kaya mukhang frustrated na nga itong si Macy Yuben.
Sure. No, but yeah, as an athlete, really, who likes losing? Everybody really plays to win. That's the important thing. And I guess struggles nga with the Lady Oragons will be a learning experience for all these imports.
Learning and humbling experience.
Yeah.
Back to this game, Navy Lady Oragons 12, Perlas Spikers 18. Make that 19 and 12. And defensive woes just haunting this Lady Oragons team.
Yeah, and you know, Jem Ferrer just actually put it over subtly. Parang, okay, I'll save it, and she gets the point. Yeah, that smile in her face says it all.
Kia Bright with a serve, Lauren White, Serafika. And finally, the Navy Lady Oragons have woken up, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, obviously there's a huge hole there behind the blockers if they can actually go to that, find that weakness. No, we talked about the Lady Oragons looking for weakness this Perlas, and capitalize on that.
You can really see the frustration on the faces of the imports nitong Lady Oragons. A great point there by Dacoron, one of the youngest players here in the Perlas Spikers team, making a name for herself here at the PVL.
Gelling pretty well with her team.
Doon si Giselle Tan. Here comes Montrepilla. Serafika tries that, but doon si Chami, si Nicole Chamzon.
21-13.
Learning from the previous rallies. That's the way to go, you know, as a volleyball player. You always learn from each play, try to get better, and try to be more aggressive at the end.
We will see how things will pan out here for the Lady Oragons.
14-21.
And down the line there for Lauren White.
Good play there, at least to see Janet Serafika trying to go to the import even at the back. But again, we have to say, we have to keep measuring. At least, you know, we saw a point by Hesme, Bombita already. That's a good sign.
Distribute na yung bola kahit konti. But the Perlas Spikers team completely dominating set number 1. Noreen, you can see the score 22-14, inching closer to clinching set number 1. We've got some substitutions. Amanda Villanueva comes in for Joy Dacoron.
Serving for the Perlas Spikers.
Crowd favorite yan si Amanda.
Good serve.
Si Yuben. Kia Bright was there. Serafika tips it in. Jem Ferrer, Amanda Villanueva to Montrepilla. Great blocking by the Lady Oragons. Ball still alive.
Yeah, good save.
Serafika, Lauren White, soft touch. Point will go here to the Lady Oragons.
What a rally. We're hoping that they'll show the slow-mo. Ito si Montrepilla used her leg to save that ball.
Navy Oragons. 9 out of 10.
And that save was brought to you by BanKo.
That leg save was brought to you by
leg save rather, correction.
Oh, that is allowed for those who are not sure. I mean,
pwede yun.
Football, but pwede yun. You can use any part of your body to save the ball.
Good thinking there by Montrepilla. Here comes Nicole Chamzon serving for the girls in black. DC Yuben, Serafika to Lauren White. That is good for Lauren White. 16-23 is our score.
Yeah, you know, if you're the Lady Oragons, yes, you're down, no, 16 to 23, but you still want, you know, to get some sort of momentum. Don't just give up this set just because the opponent's already 23. Still gotta get the players going and hopefully have a better second set.
And Coach Ega is shaking things up a little bit. Cabriana comes in for Seraphica.
The Lady Oragons.
She will be serving here for Lady Oragons. El de Jesus. Here comes Kia Bright.
Oh, good dig.
Good dig by Tekar. Pero once again,
The Perlas Spikers.
hindi lang
at set
natapos
point
ng maayos.
advantage.
Yeah, again, no, we gotta mention, Hikar has been playing well. I mean, solid digging for her. It's the first ball naman that's a problem. But
Foreign guest play.
said it already, she'll dig it, but there's no support. We need to work on that going into the second set.
Off the
Lauren White.
White. 17 to 24.
17-24. Set point na po ang Perlas Spikers. Pero unting-unting humahabol. You know, they're trying itong Lady Oragons. You see the effort, it's there. Lauren White serving. Montrepilla, Jen Ferrer backset kay Amy Ahomiro.
Outside
That's
shot.
outside.
Try to angle that, but too much angle goes out.
And Montrepilla signaling her teammates to relax. Nandiyan na tayo.
Oh, one more.
Montrepilla. Cabriana sends it to the other side. Ella de Jesus. Here comes Kia Bright once again, and she finishes this set. Set number one will go into the Perlas Spikers. 25-18. What can you say about set number one, Noreen?
Yeah, you know, Perlas Spikers actually started out strong and they never let up, which is a good sign. But for the Lady Oragons, learn from this first set. You know, you've got a lot of positives to look to and hopefully work at that coming to the
So
second.
we will see if makakabawi itong Lady Oragons. Magbabalik po ang Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference right here on SNA.